Ah, so we got a Drewcifer, which is, I think he's like a robot employee, or he's just in the Robot Entertainment Guild. He's playing as Dark Elves. Dark Elves are definitely the strongest squad in this current meta, and my Wardens are the weakest. So we're gonna do the best we can, and we might get run over. We'll see what kind of deck he has and see if we can do anything about it. So Dark Elves have a lot of AoE on summon cards, so a lot of times on your first turn, if you're playing against Dark Elves, it's not bad to just kind of sit on things a little bit and see how it pans out. As you can see now, that's gonna come in handy for me, because I'm just gonna do this little combo here, and I'm gonna get his dude taken out for free. And now I can play this. It's going to give all my guys +1 HP. That's a nice little opening. And it turns a lot of cards. So every single turn you're going to draw back up to 5 cards. So don't feel like you have to manage your hand size. You really don't have to manage your hand size in this game at all. You really want to be every turn playing a bunch of cards to draw into new ones. So you can see that Impaler, that's what I was talking about with the global AoE. So this card is really awesome. This is Savage Strength. Gives every unit on the board +2, but my guys are ranged, which means that, yeah, I'll give his Impaler +2, but I'll also be able to kill his Impaler. However, I want to be a little more greedy and see if I can keep all of these units alive for next turn. Because I would have to spend all of my turn killing that Impaler if I spent it this turn. Wow. Okay, well, he spent all of everything taking out that Child of Destiny, so that's not the end of the world. So I think, honestly, it's just Terminus time. So Terminus is the card that if they get on your side of the map, you just punish them. And you see I've been a little sparing with my mana usage, so I had enough mana to play him. I don't want to move this guy up any further, even though I could hit this back crystal, because if I put him here, then he can deploy a guy right here and attack this guy, and this guy's ranged, so he can't counterattack, and it's just going to waste him for nothing. And 1 damage isn't worth wasting this guy, because I've got this Savage Strength, and so he's going to, in the future, hopefully get up to 3 attack out of nowhere, which is a lot more dangerous. When he gets a 3 and 4 attack, there's very few units that spawn with more attack than that, so you can really snowball the game really hard once you get there. So now he's got a lot of problems. I've just been really efficient against his units. He's played a lot of melee units, and I've played a lot of ranged units, and melee units cannot counterattack against ranged units, so that was really lucky for me. So he just spent a lot of mana to hit my Terminus, who has a lot of HP, and this Terminus is paid for itself in gold and other trinkets and whatnot. It's been incredibly valuable. So he's just going to move him up. Oh, okay, he's going to spend a lot of mana to push me back, which is fine. I'm okay with him pushing me back, because pushing me back delays the inevitable, but it doesn't really win. So we're going to play the Savage Strength this turn. He's nothing on the board. If I play the Savage Strength, then I'm going to be able to take out this building here in the back. And then I think it's actually going to be okay to move this Terminus here. I want him to deal with this Terminus. Yeah. He's getting dump trucked a little bit. This Nut Lobber is really a crazy unit just because he's AoE. So if you can buff him, he is just monstrous. And Drewcifer has not been as efficient as he's needed to be with some of his mana. So wow. Oh, so he's gonna die to poison, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. He forced so many attacks, and additionally, I'm going to give his Viper for free. So you can see he's just kind of pinned back. There's not much he can do, and I can even probably send this guy forward now to get some damage, because he's not doing a whole lot for me back there. Let me send this guy up. I'm just going to move him here. When this guy dies, he explodes, and everything around it takes 1 HP of damage. So normally I'd like to move this guy here, but then he would take the AoE damage from this guy when he blows up. And I'm expecting Drewcifer to destroy this guy this turn, so everything around here is going to get blown up. One nice strat you can do is you can send these kind of AoE explodey guys in next to their crystals, so that when they kill it, then they end up doing damage to their own crystals. That's a fun one. Unfortunately, I can't quite get them up there in enough range and then also attack the crystals in the same turn, so maybe another time. So you can see now he's going to attack that. Eventually he's going to attack that, and it's going to actually kill his rat too. He might poison this guy, which is okay if he does, because again, this Nut Lobber is just sitting here until the end of time, throwing stuff at him. And then, let's see. So unfortunately, when I do this, it's going to blow up his crystal, and then it's going to unlock more summon space for him. However, I'm just going to drop my other Terminus and march him up here, and he's going to have to figure out a way to deal with a Terminus one step away from his crystal. And I don't think he's got anything. Or if he does, then he still can't deal any damage to the Nut Lobber, so we're just kind of choking him out. Get that early advantage and just steadily snowballing it. Unfortunately, I haven't drawn any of my mana void, or whatever the mana building is. This deck really revolves around. Oops, how do I say GG? It's not really obvious. You have to tap on your portrait to have the icons come up. But yeah, this deck really revolves around drawing those structures. And if you don't draw them, then this deck doesn't really work. But Wardens are just a little weak right now. And that's how it goes. So I drew Order Omnius. This guy's amazing. 2/4 ranged unit. And then when you play him, he gives +2 to any unit you want. So I can just give that +2 to my Terminus and win. Omnius got nerfed up to 6 mana, but he's still easily worth it. I consider him mandatory in pretty much any deck that I play, because the surprise factor of having an instant 2 damage on a unit, it's just always incredible value. And the